today we're checking out brand new Steam Next Fest first-person shooter demos. To be fair, I haven't played all of them. Time has been very limited on my side lately, but I did play a couple of them and I handpicked these favorites out of all that I played. And of course I want to show them to you so that you don't have to dig through the pile of trash that is in this Steam Next Fest. Holy crap, there are so many trash games in this Steam Next Fest, it's absolutely ridiculous. But these ones that I'm about to show you today, they're not. So enjoy. Now first up we got Paperhead, which has actually had a demo out prior to this Next Fest. But in the Next Fest, it got a brand new demo. It also has the free episode 0 out right now, which features a bunch of different levels. But in this brand new demo that we got in the Steam Next Fest, it's paced way faster than what we played prior to it. This one is way more combat focused, but it still has those extreme horror elements to it, that almost Half-Life-like horror atmosphere at times, combined with really fast-paced boom shooting. And the guns, they are brutally satisfying. The pistol, it feels incredible. The pencil bomb is such a cool mechanic, and the bloody shotgun is just... yeah, it feels like a friggin' tank. And on top of that, the movement is super tight. You can jump on enemies, slide, kick them, dash underneath their legs so they pop up in the air, and then you can blast them into bloody giblets mid-flight. It's one of the most satisfying boomer shooters out there right now, and even though it's a paper world, it's still bloody, crunchy, and juicy. The audio is also quite phenomenal. We got beefy weapon sounds, music that shifts between metal and harder electronic stuff, and then those horror atmospheric moments that keep things tense. Yeah, I highly recommend Paperhead. And right after that we got Luckrot. This is unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, a first-person shooter roguelite. And this is a roguelite as it gets. You enter rooms, you get upgrades, you die, you repeat. But it has some twists that make it stand out. First of all, it looks so damn beautiful. I love the brutalist look it has going with that brown color palette. It just simply works and I freaking enjoy it. The upgrades, they're handled through a slot machine, which is quite hilarious. You clear rooms, get currency, and then you basically gamble for power. So gambling addiction? Check. The movement is also quite tight. You got a wall running, wall jumping, dashing, sliding, and it's not too fast. It stays controllable and responsive. The weapons, they also look good and they sound decent. As you upgrade them, they visually change, which is always a huge plus in my own little book of things that I like in video games. Enemy designs, they're probably the most boring part. They're not very unique, but the readability is fantastic because they're color-coded and pop against the environments. Still quite boring to look at. And then the UI of this game, which is the real hook here. It is set up like you're live streaming everything. You got a full stream chat that looks just like it's ripped out of Twitch. You're performing for viewers by killing and doing movement tricks. And that earns you donations and more viewers. More viewers means new unlocks. And that little extra layer makes it more fun than it has probably any right to be, come to think of it. The chat is also generally quite fun to glance at because there's some good writing in there. I had a good time with Luckrot and I think I might play the full thing when it drops, even if it's a pretty simple roguelite at its core. Now next up we got Blight, which is a first-person shooter survival horror game with a ton of immersive sim elements. And you know what? Renaissance Interactive, they are really good at that immersive stuff. The inventory is your backpack, which you literally take off your back when you open it. You got a belt with 3 weapon slots that you can visually see. And there's just tons of small details just like that, but it doesn't get overly complicated or tedious. I'm usually the kind of person who can get tired of all of these immersive systems if there's too much to babysit. But Blight balances it perfectly. It adds immersion without getting in the way. Now in the demo we get one level, and it's a really solid level actually. Mine, however, did soft lock near the end, unfortunately. But what I got to play was great. The gunplay, it felt good. Every bullet really matters, and the zombies actually made me tense. I was constantly trying to land headshots so I wasn't wasting ammo. Some of the zombies, they actually sprint at you. Some of them, they walk slowly. Some others, they spit acid, and you never fully know what you're getting. A few of them even got back up after I thought that they were dead, which is always a lovely surprise. No, it's not. But this was probably my favorite demo in all of Steam Next Fest so far. I haven't played everything yet, but Iron Blight is so damn fun and I highly recommend it. And coming right up is Surf and Bloody Sin. No, it's just Surf and Sin. From the same legends who gave us Reverend, published by DOSman Games. DOSman, they're known for these bite-sized FPS style shooters, but they have started publishing games that deviate from that category as well. Surf and Sin though is still very much in that bite-sized first-person shooter category. It is set in the Reverend universe, but this isn't Reverend 2. It started out as something closer to a DLC and then turned into its own thing. In the demo, we're on our vacation-style cruise ship, and of course it's gone completely to hell. Our goal is to cleanse the ship and activate the generators around the boat. What happens after that? I got no idea. The demo cuts off, but getting there is the fun part. Because the enemies, they're just as unhinged as as something very unhinged. They are walking sharks, two-headed pigeons, blobs of whatever trash is stuck on the floor. It's weird in the best way. And your weapon is actually a water gun that acts as a bloody shotgun. And it actually feels good, it looks good, and it sounds good. It hits with that satisfying punch. The demo is also loaded with secrets, and one of them had me laughing and made my heart warm. Yeah, because it's literally a picture of me and the two developers on a gaming cruise, funnily enough. So yeah, if you're looking for a simple bite-sized first-person shooter where crazy meets polish, Surf and Sin is going to deliver that. And I freaking recommend it, from the bottom of my heart. Now coming up next is another roguelite called Galactic Vault. This is straight up another roguelite where you clear rooms, you enter a room, you kill all the enemies and the doors stay open. It is one of those, however, where you pick between multiple doors every room. One could lead to an ammo upgrade, another to a weapon core upgrade, and a third to a shop. I do like that concept, but we have seen it quite a lot. What makes Galactic Vault stick out, however, is the weapon designs. They are extremely well done, and the guns, they feel pretty damn good. The enemies, they're super boring and very generic, but the combat itself feels solid. And the upgrades, they can get fun, really fun. Yeah, you got the classic deal more damage upgrades, but it also goes off the rail with things like bouncing shots, firing 2 shots for every 1 shot, and all that good roguelike nonsense. And the best part is, they all stack. None of them replaces the other. So you can become insanely powerful and the whole thing can go completely bananas. There's also a really nice hub where you unlock new weapons and permanent upgrades. So overall, it's a well-made roguelite FPS that doesn't bring a ton of new ideas, but what it does bring is a shit ton of dopamine. And I quite like that. And coming up now is a proper linear campaign style boomer shooter called Control Sync. I love the cyberpunk aesthetic here, robots, neon lights, the whole vibe, but this game does need a bit of work if I'm going to be completely honest. It doesn't feel great to play it yet, the combat isn't landing the way that you want it to, and the feedback just isn't there. You can see that the care and love has been put into this one, and you can see the potential, but it needs more polish for that brutal satisfaction that I am seeking in first-person shooters. In the demo, we get to play 2 levels and we also get to check out the hub world. And I love when linear campaign shooters have a hub world just like this one. We can explore it, we can unlock upgrades and just chill if we so want to. There's even a room that is literally made to chill out in. And in there, I found a poster of me. Yeah, Brutal Slim showing up again, I feel honored. Now the developer is also a really cool guy, which makes me want the game to succeed even more. So yeah, it's not fully there yet, but I still recommend keeping an eye on it and giving the demo a spin so that you can feel what I mean. So next up, my broskis, is Vial, and this one is basically a cruel / mullet magic / post-void kind of deal. It goes fast, it's built around clearing levels as quickly as you can, and you're always racing that timer. But the timer here is actually your own little vial of blood that you're holding in your left hand. That's your clock, that's your health, That's the whole pressure cooker here. And the coolest part is how it ties into movement, because in this game you can literally swim in the blood of your enemies and your own blood. And it actually feels great. It's smooth, it gives you speed, and it makes the combat super satisfying, especially when you pop out of that blood and land a clean headshot in the air. It's basically a slide, except you're going under the ground inside the blood, and it just works way better than it has pretty much any right to do. And when you exit it, you kind of pop out of the air. Now you can also use the vial to throw out your own blood. So if you need to move up something that you simply can't reach with a simple jump, you toss blood on the wall and then you swim up through it. That's such a simple idea, but it completely changes how you move through the levels. And I genuinely don't think I've seen anything quite like it before. Enemy variety, unfortunately, isn't the most exciting thing in the demo. They're not exactly memorable or anything like that. But the game still has that crunchy satisfaction, and the movement is doing so much heavy lifting that I didn't really care about it either. Now, the full game is only going to have 3 biomes: a crypt, catacombs, and cathedrals, which gets me thinking it's not a whole lot, so I'm expecting this to be one of those bite-sized experiences where we play it for about an hour and then we're done. And that's the point of these types of games. You really don't have the stamina to play them much longer than that. And honestly, I'm fine with that. If the upgrades are good enough and the combat stays crunchy and satisfying, then yeah, I'm absolutely in. And finally, we got the smallest and the last one, Bad Pixels. This one takes us back to the days of the Wild West, where everything was more rudimentary and raw. Drinking water, it had bits in it. Shoes, they had holes in them. And computers, they only had 8 bits of processing power, which this game fully leans into. Limited colors, chunky resolution, rough audio, it's all part of the charm, and it really does feel like you're playing a truly old first-person shooter. It's a very charming one, however, a very small little shooter that nails what it sets out to do. Simple, old school, straight to the point. It won't blow your mind, it won't make your jaw drop, but it will give you about 20 minutes of a good time. So give the demo a spin. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, broski. It means a lot to me that you made it all the way here. Now, if you liked what you saw, leave a thumbs up, and if you want even more stuff like this, hit that subscribe as well. And Papa Slim, he will see you in the next one. Over and out.